Okay, it's officially the last episode of Solo Leveling Season 2. Don't cry. Now, for the last episode, lock the in, please, and subscribe, and let's get into it. So boom, if you don't remember, last episode, Jinwoo finally packed up this ant and saved Jeju Island. But he had a problem. Fine shit still can't wake up. So he's thinking how he can save her. And then he turns to the cameraman and says, turn that camera off before I break it. And he tells his shadows, hey, go find Mr. Healer's body right now. And Tiger's like, nah, he ain't gonna do what I think he's gonna do, right? So an orc ends up finding his body and he brings it over. And Jinwoo's like, damn, can I even revive him with his whole head gone? Nah, Beru was actually outrageous for that. Like, there was no reason for bro to even do that. The man was gonna die anyways. You went through his whole body. And Tiger's like, hold up, what are you trying to do right now? Like, shut up, bro. You should be happy you survived this long. You shouldn't even be alive right now. But luckily, shadow extraction can be used on him, so he says arise on the healer's body. And it's working, but then it fails. Huh? So Jinwoo says, nah, I'ma try again. So he goes again and says arise, but it fails another time. And y'all already know, if it fails 3 times, you can't revive them. So at this point, Jinwoo's pissed. Fucking pissed. All he's trying to do is save fine shit and bro's hating from the afterlife. But he realizes it might be because bro's more into goth shit than fine shit, so he doesn't want to be resurrected. But Jinwoo had one last trick in his book. He says, listen, I know some bad ghost gal I can put you on, twin. And instantly he lets himself get revived. See, that's real. Even in death, bro's still trying to get in his bag. And Tiger grabs Jinwoo and he says, hey bro, what the hell did you do to my 2-man partner? And Mr. Healer finally appears as a shadow. And I can't lie, he looks cold as hell. Very good design. And they're like, bro, who are you? Are you Orochimaru? But instantly, Mr. Healer goes and starts healing fine shit. And Jinwoo says, yeah, he's a real I can tell why this was your 2-man partner. He's the type of guy to take one for the team on the 2-man because he wants to see his bro win. Listen, you always need someone like that. It ain't always about you eating. Sometimes you gotta let your bro eat. But Tiger says, that thing ain't my dog no more. I just lost my dog. Like, it's the last episode and I'm trying to be nice to you right now, bro. Just stop. And the cameraman's like, nah, I really must be on that duck pack because there's no way
man, it's that duck
the
pack.
man just raised the dead in front of me. Now Aizen says, oh, so you can get stronger every day, eh? Let me add him to my squad. See? I've been telling you guys, watch out for this guy. But Tiger actually has a man-to-man with Jinwoo. He says, listen, twin, I know he'll be useful on all your missions and shit, and even on some 2-mans, but this ain't him. He wouldn't want to do this. Can you let him go? And Jinwoo says, first off, this is Balenci, get your hands off me. But I hear it, gang. I ain't gonna let him get stuck here, and he terminates the extraction. And Mr. Healer looks at his old 2-man partner for the last time and vanishes into the afterlife. I'm actually still not over this. Bro really died for no reason. He didn't even want to go on the mission. Like, it should have been Tiger. But no cap, Jinwoo wouldn't even turn Tiger into a shadow. Okay, now I'm hating. I would turn him into a shadow. Now we cut to this hating ass guy again, and the man is still mad because his whole plan failed and all his people died. But that's actually just karma right there. You just gotta hug it. Now we cut back to this guy and he's like, y'all don't understand, we are cooked. We can't win this raid. Gang, the raid's over. Huh? Yeah, that Jinwoo from South Korea? Yeah, he ended that shit. Him solo, no help, no Aizen, no Tiger, nobody. But there's still ants in the air, so they all get ready to finish them off. Now the helicopter is here to finally pick up the hunters. And these guys are basically running, like that was the most traumatic experience of their life. And then they're like, wait, where's Jinwoo? And Aizen's like, basically, Jinwoo told us this ain't the right spot for him to aura farm. He's gonna go back in the dungeon, wait till we're all gone, and then do his solo aura farm, because we don't have as much aura as him. Which honestly is respectable, I can't even hate on him. Being with Tiger, you're losing aura by the second. Now Jinwoo's shadows are on cleanup duty, and they're cutting these ants up and blowing them up easy, and Jinwoo's just out here having fun. The man says, oh, I forgot I had this sword, and he pulls out Baron's sword, and the man just spins it and starts shocking the ants, and he's like, yeah, this shit's hard. So Jinwoo goes and tells his shadows, get them niggas. So they all go in, Igris, Tank, all of them. And he's leveling up and leveling up and leveling up. And eventually, the Goat Aura Farmer has officially reached level 100. And he goes to Miriam's body and he says, arise. But it just goes all black. And Jinwoo's like, damn, what the f happened? But then it goes back to normal. Looks behind him and all he sees is Miriam literally hatching. Not gonna lie, This was a cold ass transformation. And even Jinwoo's like, damn, he's cold as hell. Bro has question marks for his level. Like, yeah, bro is serious. And basically, he's significantly stronger than every other shadow. Now he goes to extract the queen, but Meruem says, hey, I mean, salutations, twin. Can you give me a name? Jinwoo says, hold up, you can talk? Of course, twin. And Jinwoo said, I'm the one who put you in a spliff and danced on your body. You can still follow me? Of course, gang, I would have danced on my body too. Please give me a name. And he calls him Beru.
This shit means something to me, man.
Yeah, see, this Jinwoo guy just got even more broken. I don't even know who can really f him now. So Jinwoo already started teaching Beru the aura farming tactics. So they go to the top of Jeju Island and they're just hands in pocket watching everyone fight. But Beru says, twin, these scrubs don't even know what they're doing even without a master. Let me go cook them. And apparently there's 4,000 of them left. Yeah, respectfully, they were not winning this fight. I'm sorry. And Jinwoo says, aight gang, pack them up. Now everybody's out here fighting the ants. Old fine shit, magic shit, goth shit.
Sensational.
So now Shanks is out here fighting too, and he's about to get hit, but then something comes out of nowhere and just slashes it. And him and old fine shit are like, what the f did we just see? What is that? First off, I don't know why Shanks just didn't use his hockey or divine departure. Like, what is wrong with him? So now Aizen and them are trying to make it off the island. But these ants don't want them to leave, they're trying to eat them. So this guy has a barrier up, Aizen's shooting fire, but it's taking everything out of them to just keep this up, and the barrier breaks. So now they're like, we're cooked. But then lightning strikes out of nowhere. And who do you think it is? Of course, Jinwoo's there aura farming with the sword on Kaizo. And this is how you know the aura farming is getting crazy, because the sky opens and it starts to get sunny. Like, what is going on here? Now the ants even make it all the way to China, but they got someone for him. And he does a double sword slash, cutting them. Yeah, he's cold. Nah, let me ask a serious question though. Who's winning in a fight between current Jinwoo, no shadows, and this guy? Bro even said he'd have more fun fighting Beru. Yeah, he's crazy. Now we finally have a funeral for Mr. Healer. I'm really about to shed a tear about this too. And some of these people are really hating on Jinwoo too. This guy really let him die to aura farm. What's wrong with him? But they don't know. Once you become an aura farmer, you can't control this shit. It's just who you are, it just happens. Then Tiger walks up to him and says, my bad gang. I always thought there was no I in team, but with an like you don't even need no team. Which is real. I actually hope next season Tiger gets in his bag. And obviously, fine shit is looking at Jinwoo.
Want me, she want me.
Hold up though. I know she's fine shit, but did she ever say thank you to the man? Like, Shorty would be up there with Healer right now if Jinwoo didn't save her. Now Jinwoo goes and sits with Netero and he's like, damn bro, I swear Meruem killed you, how are you back? Wrong anime again. But Jinwoo tells him he wants to form his own guild because ain't on the same level of aura as him. And the chairman says, we got you twin, just say the word. But he asks him, did you put a barrier up on the island? Nah, I ain't do that. I know I'm broken, but I ain't unlocked that power yet. Maybe next season. Now some hunters go back to Jeju Island to go collect some essence stones. And there's one more of these ants hiding, so bro just goes and cuts it in half. But then someone else appears. Who the f is this guy? Bro might have a better character design than Tiger though. Who the f are you?
Identify yourself.
And he starts speaking, but that ain't English or French. But then someone snaps his finger and they all pass out. And bro says, dog, what the fuck are you doing? Chill bro. We don't need to make a scene here, just keep a cool head, no man. But he says, I don't know why bro is helping the humans. Wait, who are you talking about? Who's helping the humans? But this ice elf says, the hunt will happen as scheduled, and he opens up a portal. What hunt are we talking about, gang? Like, what are we talking about here? Then the other guy says, one of them is here, let's take it. Nah bro, just chill. Like, what are y'all talking about? Why do we gotta talk in codes? Just tell me what's going on. And then he leaves through a portal, and this guy cuts the air and leaves through it? The hell? Who are these guys? But they weren't alone because Jinwoo's pops was watching them the whole time. So now Jinwoo's driving home from the funeral and he's like, damn, why is there so much traffic? And he's on the phone catching up with his homeboy, but then Netero calls him and he's like, there's a gate that just appeared on the highway. You think you could deal with that for me? And Jinwoo says, you already know what timing I'm on. Of course, gang. So Jinwoo walks up to go, but this little shit is trying to stop him. Like, bro, do you not know who's in front of you? You can't see the drip? And Jinwoo just hands him his phone and the chairman says, hey, let that in before I hurt you. And Jinwoo walks in and of course the shit turns into a red gate. So he goes in and he's surrounded by these tiki. But listen, you know and I know, you never want to go army for army with Jinwoo. So he busts out his whole army. Everybody comes out. Igris, and then Beru comes out too. And then they do a cold low pose. And then he drops his domain. Not gonna lie, these guys moving like 2014 O-Block. So now all his shadows are going in, packing all of these Tiki guys up. And then we see, hold up, is that All Might? The hell is he doing in here? But Jinwoo defeats all of them and all his shadows line up and he's walking through like he's the king. Cold. And he says, on to the next target. So yeah, that is all for this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. I wanna say I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Means a lot. Even though solo leveling's done, I'ma keep posting. Hopefully y'all will stay for the journey because I'ma keep going and going and going, and eventually we're gonna be really up there. And let me know down below what else you want me to cover from the next season, because whatever it is, I'll do it. Just let me know. Make sure to subscribe, stay tuned in, and I'll catch y'all boys and girls and whoever else in the next video. Peace.